Mr. President, I want to confess my sin today. Because this is holy month of Ramadan and at the same time of fasting. I'm one of those that put you in this problem. And I'm very sorry. When my sister came to the Senate, you were very reluctant, giving her a leadership position. I want to recall your word. You said she's a rookie. And there are people that came before her. Karimi, why would I give her chairmanship position? You said you wouldn't do that. That your conscience will not allow you to do that. I went to some leaders here to put pressure on you. Then finally, me and Senator Jubri came to you that position that Senator Ohere left is for Kogi State.
It's not.
And that you must give it back to Kogi State. I even went to old meeting with the husband to strategize on how she will be given that chairmanship of local content. And finally, you succumb. I'm very sorry, sir. When we gave seats here, the seat I allocated to her was where Senator Orwell is sitting. It caused problem here. Senator said she was the last person that came. Why would she sit in front of them? You had to lead the leaders here and corrected me.
Speak into the microphone.
You led the leadership after sitting one day that Karimi, what are you doing? You want to divide this place because you want to favor your sister? That is not right. You had to reallocate the seat. In fact, when you still reallocated the seat, I still put out that edge. Why? Just to, at least, make my sister comfortable here. Senate President, I want to recall what happened that day before the leadership came in. She was very unhappy. She shouted my name to the high heavens, abused me, abused my mother. For what? For simple change.
Abused your mother?
Sir?
Was your mother around?
Mr. President, it's very important you listen to me, my colleagues. Mr. President, my colleagues, I'm a Christian. And I know in the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 9, the Bible says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God." Because of that, I did a private chat to her. I want to read it. Yes, for this purpose. Madam, why not take a part of peace? Apologize to the leadership and your colleagues and move on. One that seems your enemy today can still be your friend tomorrow. It is not even healthy to keep warning always. My sincere advice. I hope you are not offended. I also followed up. If at all you need my support in carrying out my suggestion, you can have my back. The Spirit of God is leading me to doing this. Please note that I have not discussed this with anyone. Do not interpret this to be anyone sending me to you. Your husband is our friend that we enjoy a valued relationship with, and I owe him a lot to have decided on this move. God guide you aright. He who fights and run away may live to fight another day. Those advising you to keep fighting, most of them doesn't know what it takes to win an election to the Senate. You know your labor, the pain, the struggle to get where you are. You need a good relationship with your colleagues to get the best for your people. A little here, a little there, bending to people's opinion. A good politician will do all possible to move on. Note that we have not spoken for 6 months. To have changed my mind and do what I'm doing tonight is the grace of God in me. This text was sent on 24th February 2025. She received it because I know some people also told me a reaction to this text, even in Singapore, where they were. Mr. President, just like Moses told God, the Lord told Moses at the Mount of Horeb, you have stayed in this mountain for too long. We have stayed in this mountain for too long. Let us take Nigeria to the promised land. There are works to do for our people. We are not sent here because of all these intrigues and all this rubbish. We are sent here to work for our people. Let the decision of the committee, let it stand. Thank you.
Mr. President, for this opportunity that you have given to me to make a few remarks about what is on the table before all of us. Distinguished colleagues, I know how senators have been feeling about the subject of discussion today. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am sure that all of us are very well aware of the efforts that were made to avoid today. And so I want to say, on behalf of myself and my colleagues on this side of the aisle, that we feel very sad that this thing is coming from this side. I would have loved that it is coming from this side. Mr. President, I want to say without any fear of contradiction that it is very, very unfortunate that it has come this way. Like I said, all efforts were made to avoid what is happening today. We are members of the minority on this side. But we are also senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we have our rules. And as chronologically put together here, there is no doubt that there has been a breach of our rules. And breaches of rules and laws definitely come with consequences. These are the consequences that have been put very clearly here, that ordinarily would have been avoided. Mr. President, we are not against the report. But Mr. President, I want to remind all of us that we are all Nigerians. And as Nigerians, we have the tradition encapsulated in the sage that